Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Riffin with Griffin, baby.
Yes, it's Riffin with Griffin.
Riffin with Griffin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Riffin with Griffin, and we are back live in full effect. I got so much going on. I got to get you caught up on House of Dragons, She-Hulk, the hauntingly crazy series Dahmer. Antonio Brown's dick is out. What else? Kanye White Lives Matter. So much going on, and I just haven't done a live, and so we back. Everybody, look at the
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin, and we are live. We are live. Riffin with Griffin, live in full effect. All right. And this episode is brought to you by DoorDash. DoorDash. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off and zero delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more. When you download the DoorDash app, enter code Griffin. Don't forget, that's code Griffin for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subjects to change, terms apply. We're also brought to you by Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep. How long have you had your mattress? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress because Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/Griffin. With Helix, better sleep starts now. All right, y'all. Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. Oh, and let me do some other business for me. Let me do my business. Everybody, this weekend, if you're in the Ontario area people, I'm coming to the Improv, Ontario Improv, October 7th through the 9th. Get there. If you in Cali, you in the San Bernardino area, come get you some Riffin with Griffin comedy live. I'll see you there.
Everybody was so goddamn worried about me. Why ain't nobody came?
All right. Yeah. So, anyways. Yeah. So we're here. We're here live, guys. What's been going on? A lot's been going on. You know, I went to the doctor, and I got to work on my stuff, man. I've been kind of slipping last few months since the wedding. Actually, since after the wedding and going on the honeymoon, I haven't been doing my stuff regularly. So I started it up again because I went to the doctor. Cholesterol's a little too high. Blood sugar is like getting to that pre-diabetic range. So I have to work on these things. So like I'm back to it, and I was eating like desserts and stuff. I mean, I felt like a fat ass. Like the other day I was at the Comedy Store, and they got this great restaurant across the street. At the Pendry Hotel, they get this great restaurant at the bottom level, and they got all these great desserts. So I went and got this delicious ass dessert, and I'm sitting in the back of the Comedy Store eating. And then Frank Castillo, funny comic, comes by and he's like, "What are you doing, man? It looks like you're cheating." And it was it because I'm like in the back, dark, eating a dessert and like I'm not supposed to be doing this, and I wasn't. So I know I've been eating like bad in the past few months, and that's affected my health. So I'm back on it. I'm not eating a lot of extra sweets at all. The sweetest thing I'm going to have is like coffee. I like coffee, and I like honey in my coffee. That's it. I like honey in my coffee, but I'm not trying to get any extra sugars. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of things have sugar in it. You eat rice. You eat there's some things that are sort of like natural things that have sugar. You have some barbecue sauce if you have barbecue. I mean, it's like there's so many things like that. I'm trying not to have I don't really need sweets. I'm not a sweets guy. I'm not really a big dessert guy, and it's like I just got to keep all that stuff away from me. I don't need to be eating a bag of Oreos and all that kind of stuff. So I am working on my health again. I mean, I was, and then I just tapered off a little bit. It's so easy, you know? I mean, it's like I am perfectly suited to talk about fat people, okay? Because for the most part, I know what it is. It's straight up laziness. It's two things. Eating good food feels good. Eating sweets and all the things that you're not supposed to eat, it's so easy to do that. It makes you feel good. There's like something that happens in our brains where we're like, God damn, this honey bun tastes good. And also exercising and doing the things, no matter how small the effort is. Like, they're not even asking you to do a big thing. And like, you know, when we think of working out, we think like, oh, I have to be like, you know, Mr. Universe on a damn, treadmill or like in a weight room and stuff like that. And it's not really what it is. At my age, you just need like 20, 30 minutes of solid activity 3-4 times a week. And it's so easy to do. I had this rowing machine. I really love doing it. I always feel good when I finish doing it. But just that process of making myself say, go on a walk or do some activities. The reason why I'm not doing that is straight up laziness. It's just straight up making a choice of being like, making excuses. That's what it is. I'm speaking from experience. This is my experience. And if you a fat ass out there and you can relate, then just give me a shout out being like, I know what you mean. But all these people who are like on this body positivity train trying to make people like myself feel bad, like, oh, you're not supposed to say that. I'm saying the God honest truth, all right? I'm speaking my truth. It's lazy decisions. It's like convincing yourself like, I'll do this later or I'll do it another time. Or it's like it's bad habits, bad eating habits, bad exercise habits. And it doesn't take that long or that much of a great effort. Like if you're trying to get in shape to run a marathon, that's a whole different thing. But if you're just trying to live a healthy life, keep your cholesterol down, keep your blood sugar down, keep your inflammation down, keep all the things that lead to heart attack, dementia, cancer, all these kinds of things. I think that it's like the amount of effort that it takes to help keep those things at bay, it's worth it. Okay, so I'm asking my Riffin with Griffin community, keep me accountable, man. Keep asking me about it in the comments. Yo, Griff, you working out? You know, hey man, you make sure hey, I think I saw you at a restaurant. I don't think you should have had that dessert. Keep me accountable, y'all. Help me stay alive. I'm trying to have kids, and it's like I'm working on it. It's just tough. You know what I mean? It's like, and anyways, I don't want to get too personal into my business, but anyways, I'm working on it. Vitamins, vitamin D, B12, all the things that we're deficient in that we don't even realize. I'm working on all that stuff at the same time, just trying to live a long life, y'all. Just trying to live a long life. So you out there, you can help me out and I'll help you out. We could talk about it together. All right. I got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. I mean, I want to do some reviews. I want to get caught up because I've been doing great episodes with Rachel, and Rachel and I are still going to do stuff together, and I might move a lot of that over to Patreon. So please, if you want to be, again, excuse me, thank you for being here at Riffin with Griffin. Oh, see, I needed to change that. I didn't. Excuse me, I just drank some water. It's messing me up. All right. Subscribe. Share, hit the notifications button, please. I'm on Twitch daily. Check me out there, y'all. And then, like I say, I might do regular episodes now with Rachel, and that's on Patreon if you want to support. And by the way, you can either be a Patreon member, you could be a Twitch subscriber, because you'll get that content there, or YouTube member. Any one of those three, I'm putting the videos there. So you can pick one. You don't have to do all three. You can pick one of those, and that's where the bonus content is going to go. Because I have fun with Rachel with the Iron Man review. I don't know if you guys saw that, but you got to check that out. So I'm gonna have her do is we're gonna watch So we watched Iron Man. So we're going to watch the first Thor. We're going to watch the first Captain America. Okay. What's another one that has a solo movie? We might watch one of the like Civil War, one of those. Maybe even Black Panther because she was like really wanted to see that. And then we're going to watch Avengers. Then after Avengers, we're going to skip all that stuff. And then we're going to go right to Infinity War and Endgame. And we're going to get Rachel's review, which was funny. So anyways, let's get into some stuff that's going on in the news that I wanted to talk about that I thought was kind of silly. Some of the stuff is silly. So one of the things is Kanye West, man. Kanye West was seen with Candace Owens, who is a black conservative pundit. She's out there with her things, and she's out there. They're out here wearing a White Lives Matter, T-shirts. Hey, and then like Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith, was just going in on the internet about it. He was tweeting up a storm. We demand a more progressive future. Black Lives Matter. I don't care who it is. I don't feel the message. I'm out. The leaders should lead. It's like, I don't know, man. I think Kanye is basically trolling everybody, both sides. This is my feeling on it. Like, if it was anyone else, maybe I would feel some outrage as a person of color, But, like, at this point, I have to take the messenger. I have to take into account who the messenger is. And this guy got all his business out on the street. Text messages from his wife, his ex-mother-in-law, all this stuff he got on the internet about like what he's trying to do with his kids, putting all his like business stuff on blast, like, messages from Reebok or whatever the business with his company and these other companies. So he's just out here on the internet and using it as a way of some sort of weird negotiations. Now, Kanye has some kind of like serious issue with the Black Lives Matter movement, the people that were in charge of it. He has whatever his issues he has about it. But I'm taking this with like this is some Kanye stuff. I'm not taking it too serious. I don't care about this. I think he's trolling both sides, because I think that he's trolling the side that like that really are like, yeah, White Lives Matter. Good for you, Kanye. I'm going to buy your shoes. I think he's trolling them. And then I think he's trolling the black community because, it's so wishy-washy when they support and when they don't support that I think he's trolling them. And I think he's trolling everybody, man. I think the dude is a master manipulator. I think he knows how to use social media and publicity is what's that saying? Any publicity is good publicity. I think he's just doing that. I don't always like the message, but I have to take into account the messenger. And I think Kanye, it's like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, to be all worked up and offended, now he got people with blue check marks talking about him. They got people like, I got a blue check mark, and I'm on the internet on my podcast talking about him. So I think that it just is what it is. I think Kanye's a super troll. I think he's a super troll, and I think that, we just have to be like, all right, Kanye doing Kanye stuff again, and just kind of let it go. That's my feeling about it. I don't know what you guys feel. If you want to in the comments, and I'm always up for some good, respectful comments, man, some discourse. So, if you are anti-Kanye, put your point out. I'll respond but like I always say, don't start with like, you're an idiot. Blah, blah, blah. Well, if you start like that, I'm out. I'm hiding you from my channel and I'm moving on with my life. That's just my new shit, even on Twitter and Instagram. Somebody tweets something stupid at me, I just mute you. You get one chance. Honestly, you get one chance. You send me something out of pocket, I mute you. You send me something out of pocket on Instagram, I restrict you. I never see it again. If you know what restrict is, it comes up in your thing and it says restricted account. I just delete it. That's all I do. I just go edit, find the restricted ones, boom, 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 delete. And I don't care if you live or die. So, but if you have something to say about it, either way, I would love to have a good back and forth, because that's what this is about. A community of conversation and discourse. And, it's important to see everybody's side. But, craziness, man. Craziness. Another nutball in the world is Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, the embattled receiver from the NFL, who's like, I think he got hit in the head real bad when he was in Pittsburgh. Like, he took a vicious, dirty hit in Pittsburgh, and to me, it feels like he hasn't been the same. But he was out in Dubai at a hotel, swimming in a pool, and somebody caught a video of him exposing himself. Now, what I really feel about it is, I don't like when videos like this come out. Because one, who was recording this video? Did he know the video was being recorded? Like, is it one of his boys recording this? And then look for a chance that one of his boys, I say quote unquote, took this video and then leaked it and sold it so he can make some money? Like, at what point? Because I think context matters, okay? Like, I don't think listen, once something is filmed and it's put out, you have to answer for it, okay? I'm not condoning him being in a public setting with his monstrous dick out, by the way. The way they blurred it, it was like, damn. And little Antonio Brown is packing, right? He packing that heat. But I can't comment about everything before this video was released, because we don't know all the information. It's like, you see this video and it seems as if he's messing around with this girl, and then they're in the pool together and she gets kind of weirded out and leaves, and he's naked. Like, he was already naked. To me, it's like, when did they start filming this? Did he jump in the pool naked and everybody saw him naked? Was he like in the pool with these women and then he just took his pants off and all of a sudden he's like, yo, messing around and being weird and creepy? Like, we don't know. You just see this video and then we have to just assume what happened. But it seems to me like, it looks to me like he was already butt ass naked in the pool and everybody in the pool knew he was naked. So if you don't want to be around him, don't go near him because he's naked. I just don't know. So then he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt because of his crazy behavior from the past. He doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. But it wasn't a bubble bath. If you walked over to him, you saw this mofo was naked. So at that point, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Are we missing? We're not seeing the whole video. Are we missing out on some fun that was going on that got out of hand? Because that happens too. It's all fun and games until somebody goes, I don't like this anymore. And that's fair. Like, I'm not blaming the girl either. The girl could have been like, oh, this is cute. He's naked and boom, boom, boom. And then he's in the pool. And then all of a sudden it's, he gets erect. And then she's like, whoa, this is too much. And then she decides to walk away. Then it's like, hey, that's fair, man. What are you doing? Right? But what I'm saying is, this video, they're just showing this video and they're making him out to be a crazy person. And by the way, he don't get the benefit of the doubt because he's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so somebody in the chat saying he already responded and said the woman stole his shorts. So this is what I'm saying. Like, we don't know all, but we don't know what was going on there. Like, if they were just messing around with each other, you know what I mean? But you see this video and it seems as if, oh, he's this crude, whatever person. And I'm saying, hey, we didn't see the whole story. That being said, no matter what version of the story comes out, you still have to answer for that story. So, yeah, if you're presented in a way that you look like an indecent, crazy person, you then have to come out and say something about that, which I believe he's doing. But I just want to read these funny ass Antonio Brown tweets, man. He got some funny tweets, man. He goes, every chance they get to sway the heat of themselves, they use me. In the video, you can clearly see she runs off with my swim trunks. If roles were reversed, the headlines would read, AB having a wild night with nude female. Yet when it's me, it automatically becomes a hate crime. That's exactly what I'm saying. He goes, it's crazy to me even after I retire, there is disinformation coming out about me. Ironically, during a time when the NFL is getting heat for allowing players to play with their clearly concussed, they've been using black men as guinea pigs. This is my favorite line. I'm telling every team that needs some offense to pick up AB because he's shown that he still has the ability to expose a D. Oh man. I mean, the dude got a sense of humor, right? So that's what I'm saying, man. I think that I think that he's being unfairly portrayed in this situation. Believe what you want, you know. I don't know if the woman herself has come out and said anything or not. I don't know what's going on. But to me, it looked as if people were having fun in the pool. But that being said, y'all, even if you're having fun in the pool, there's a point where it could go like, okay, you've gone too far. We all have that. You ever messing with your lady and you doing some stuff, then you go, oh, she's like, okay, too much. It's all fun until it's not. You know what I mean? So at that point, it's okay for her to be like, okay, I stole his shorts. It was all fun. But then he he pulled out his monstrous dick. And then I was like, whoa. You know what I mean? So who knows? But shout out for AB for at least being funny about it, you know? I just thought that was some craziness. All right. What else? Here's another crazy story that I'm talking about. And I'm also talking about this on stage, man. It's all of this backlash about Little Mermaid. Okay? The Little Mermaid, y'all. Like, it's like the racist backlash to Little Mermaid of the Ring and of that show, The Rings, is exhausting and extremely predictable. All right, so I just want to say, sometimes you can't get past the stupidity because you can't get to the racism or prejudice or whatever behavior because it's so stupid. When you have to say the words, mermaids don't exist. Mermaids aren't real. Therefore, it doesn't matter what real life race they are. It doesn't matter. What? Like, I can't even get to the idea that this is prejudice or racist. It's stupid. If you're a white person and you're taking offense that the cartoon character of a Little Mermaid's race has been changed for this live action movie, I don't even want to get to your racism. You're fucking stupid. Full stop. You know what I mean? Like, what? Listen, I get that this push for diversity is distracting. But you know why it's distracting? Because everything's been white for so long that now when we see different races, we're kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. It's only because things have been white for so long. It doesn't matter. We'll normalize it. We'll move on with our lives. Who cares? But if you're really concerned about it, talking about like some of the things people were saying in some of these articles, man, some of the things people are saying, like the original Little Mermaid is well, I don't even, who cares about that tweet? I don't know, man. I don't even want to go into it. It's just some of the stuff people are saying, you know, when you look at people's like these like, you know, sort of idiot people's tweets. Look, if they cast Samuel Jackson as Abraham Lincoln, then I'm with you. Okay? Because then I'm like, what? This isn't factually correct. You know, I don't want to say 4 motherfucking score. Then you'd be like, all right, the diversity is going too far. But when it's a fictional character from a made-up fictional story, who cares? Who cares? Like I say, guys, full stop on that. All right, guys. Let's talk some Helix Sleep, one of our favorite sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Helix Sleep. I have a Helix Sleep mattress, and I'm not just saying it. The sucker is comfortable, and they have this sleep quiz that you can like get the stuff you want because usually you think a mattress is just a mattress. Maybe is it soft or is it hard? But actually, how you sleep, your body type, all that stuff's important. So Helix Sleep offers a great sleep quiz to help you find out what's the best mattress for you. Helix Sleep is a premium mattress brand that provides tailored mattresses based on your unique sleep preferences. That's what I'm talking about. Take the sleep quiz and find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. It's like Tinder for mattresses, man. You're going to swipe right on the proper mattress. Helix knows there's no better way to test out a new mattress than sleeping on it. They're going to give you 100 night risk-free, and then they'll pick it up for free, full refund. They have great mattress selections. I'm a side sleeper, but we're going to get a new one because now, you know, Rachel's not a side sleeper, so we're going to find some like medium in the middle. She's already filled out her new sleep quiz, and we're going to get another Helix mattress. Plus, Helix mattresses are American made and come with a 10 or 15-year warranty. And remember, you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress picked by GQ and Wired magazine. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/Griffin. Also, DoorDash, y'all. DoorDash. I love DoorDash. We use DoorDash. You know, sometimes you're running late. You don't got time. Sometimes you go to the store, you buy some stuff, but you forgot a few items. DoorDash is there for you. You know, what do you want to eat tonight? Maybe you want a home cooked favorite, but you don't feel like going back to the store, or you know what I mean? Then you use DoorDash. DoorDash is great. Along with the restaurants you love, you can now get groceries and other essential items delivered with DoorDash to get drinks, snacks, and other household items in under an hour. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-to stores and restaurants, you know, or you could choose from national favorites like Popeyes, Chipotle, or Cheesecake Factory, or like I say, those mom and pop places that are right down the street. From the stores and restaurants to Dashers driving around, each purchase provides a new opportunity for everyone involved because DoorDash, there is a neighborhood of good in every order. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code Griffin. That's 25% off, up to $10 value, and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code Griffin. Don't forget that, code Griffin for 25% off your first order with DoorDash, subject to change, terms apply. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being here with Riffin with Griffin. Remember to subscribe, be a part of the magic all the time. Hit that notification. Remember, I'm on Twitch. I'm going to be on Twitch after this. That's Erik Griffin Gaming, so come check that out. All right, y'all. Let's get to the reviews and spoilers. Reviews. This is the time right now. I just want to go into the major one that I wanted to do, man, because Man. The Dahmer series, man. It's on Netflix. Got a lot of feelings about it, man. A lot of feelings about it. Let me just go to I just want to go to the thing. Wait, sorry. I didn't spell Netflix right. You know? Someone's at the front door. That's probably Rachel at the front door. So, first of all, it stars Evan Peters. I don't know if you know who Evan Peters is. He's he's been on a lot. If you saw him, you'd be like, oh, that guy, right? First of all, I didn't recognize him. All right, I didn't recognize him. Let me tell you something right now. The first 30 minutes of the pilot of Dahmer, episode 1, the first 30 minutes is some of the creepiest television I've ever watched in my life. Okay? Just the art. Let's just talk art. All right? Let's just talk art right now. Then I'll talk about what other things I was going to talk about. It's so well made in that way. You get a visceral reaction from yourself when you watch this. It's so creepy. The music. They're doing this, whatever the hell that is they're doing. Creepy as hell. This guy, Evan Peters, is playing, like I said, I didn't recognize him for 4 episodes. It took me 4 episodes to be like, and see something on the internet where I was like, oh, wow, he's playing Dahmer? And I was like, man, Dahmer's was 6'3". This dude's like 5'7". So the artistic of it, of filming it to making him seem like he was bigger. It is just so creepy. They opened the series off with it's when he got caught, right? And then they retell many of his life, sort of his life story through the victim's eyes and many times, and through his neighbor, which they sort of combine 2 of the neighbors in this character, because the person, Niecy Nash, is playing a character, Glenda Cleveland, who did not actually live next door to Dahmer. She lived across the street from Dahmer. But there was a woman who lived in Dahmer's building who he did try to give a sandwich to. The series is it's very well made. It's very creepy, and it really does not, in a lot of ways, some of these serial killer things sort of glorify it and sort of make it seem like, ooh, this is you get desensitized to the horrors of what was happening. Not this series, man. I felt every little bit of it. Not even a fraction of, to these victims and their families who are still alive. The families are still alive and who probably hated this series. But man, I tell you, this was some creepy shit, man. And it really made you think about, I'm just going to tell you how it made me feel. I just, that Dahmer was otherworldly psycho. The fact that he was in an apartment building with neighbors and he was killing, sawing, putting people in acid, chopping them up, eating them in his apartment, brazenly going to gay bars and bringing people home, and no one's looking for these people. There are some that say, he moved to this particular neighborhood on purpose because it was underserved by the police. And then the series sort of alluded to that, but at the same time made Dahmer come across as that's not why I did it. It was just cheap. I don't know if he thought about it in that way. He was so crazy. But just the fact that he was so brazen and just completely psycho and out of it. Can you imagine? I have neighbors. Just imagine you hearing muffled screams, or you hearing saw, you're hearing, power tools, when the 14-year-old kid sort of escaped and then the cops brought him back, and just it really made me feel uncomfortable. And at first I was like, ugh, this series. But at the same time, I think that's the point of it. The point of it is to make you feel uncomfortable and really think yo, there are horrible people out here like this. All right. So the art of it, great music, great directing, great acting. the father, the dude playing the father, Richard Jenkins, the guy that plays the father. If you see him, you recognize. He's in a lot of comedies too. He's always playing a funny dad. Man, this dude is he did a great job as the father. So those are the things I say I like about the series. Is it really puts you in a state of mind. But I'll say this, man. Why make this? Like, at a certain point, you go, why do we need to still use this for entertainment? Like, are they going to make, like, are we going to say, Hitler, the young years? I mean, is that series going to come to CBS? It'll be like young Sheldon and then young Hitler. Like, there's a reason why you don't see a lot of Hitler movies, TV shows, It's because it was so horrible. It's like, maybe we don't make money off this. I don't know. I just feel like there is a part of me that's like, I don't know if this was necessary. The artist in me is like, great job, well done. You really made people feel something. The other part of me is like, I don't know if this was necessary. And there are some things I didn't like about it. Like, they really put the narrative out there through the series that it was the mom's fault. I don't know what you guys think about it, but tell me what you think. Like, was they put this narrative out there that, like, the mom, because she was a drug user, because she was depressed, because she was like, she wasn't all there, because she sort of left him, she like left him when he was like 17, 18 years old and like, all right, fend for yourself. I don't know why. Sorry about this. I was like, I got a gummy out and then I realized, eating gummies is all out. So they, and then also that's why I think the guy playing the father, he really portrayed like a father who blames himself and is like, oh my God, is this my fault? I didn't do enough. So they portrayed the father as taking like responsibility for this, but they portrayed the mom as like this devil, man. And I didn't like that part of it. There's a lot of backlash on the series. Dahmer, was he gay or not? There was a lot of like, gay LGBT, whatever the term is, but it was gay men, a lot of gay stuff. And so they had the LGBT, thing on it, like, hey, but then the community got so upset, like, no, as if there aren't horrible gay people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? It's like, it's like every show that has like a catty gay guy on it who's like, who's like mean, like they, you know what I mean? Like, listen, there's good and bad people of all walks of life. I don't think they should have taken it off, but I get why. I mean, at the same time though, I'm not mad at it. I think if they're saying, hey, we get enough heat, we get enough backlash, can we not have gay associated with Dahmer? You know what I mean? So I get it. All right. I didn't like it, but I get it 100%. Okay. So I didn't like that. And then I didn't like the response from like the police who were trying to say like they were portrayed as not caring about black people or gays in this neighborhood. And I thought, really? Like, the police should just shut up, I think. Like, just shut up. Don't even bring attention to yourself in this way. I mean, police brutality and stuff has been going on since before Jeffrey Dahmer, during Jeffrey Dahmer. It's like it was a shock. Oh, that the cops didn't care about the black neighborhood? Like, oh, my God. Does that sound like a shocker to you? It's like, the guys, I think they shouldn't have even responded. No one should have said anything. They should have just like let this go. When this series is over, no one's going to care and they're going to move on with their lives. But bringing attention to that. But at the same time, I will say this. They had this sort of Indonesian family. I'm not even sure if they're Indonesian, but they were obviously like something like that, the kid that got killed in real life. And they had it that they were getting hate calls, And in the series, they made it out like it was the cops that were doing the hate calls. And I was trying to Google if that was true. Like, did they find out definitively that it was the cops doing that? Personally, I don't think they should have done that. They shouldn't have portrayed that. It was already bad enough that, you know, these cops sort of like saw that this kid who, you know, was disoriented, and he was like, and then Dahmer comes out with his like smooth talk, like, oh, this is my boyfriend, and he just got drunk. And it's like, I mean, you kind of go, what would you do in that situation? Like, after watching the Dahmer series, if you're a cop and you see a gay dude passed out, you gonna be like, yo, all right, we need to see some ID and we need to check on this and make sure this is real. But before that, I mean, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying that's a tough spot to be in, you know? And then, but it's like, those cops, they messed up, man. They messed up. Like, they completely messed up, you know? And I think if they had to do it again, who knows? Because who knows if, like, you know, this is what I'm saying. There's so much anti-police sentiment out there that I don't think they should have portrayed it in that way. You know, they really portrayed the cops as being just like completely callous and uncaring. And I know that's not the case. It's not every cop, man, that hates people. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not every cop. It's not every, you know, it's like, you know, they got put in a situation. It reminds me of the Tua Tagovailoa concussion doctor who just recently got fired. In that moment, he made a call that was wrong, and they fired him. Or maybe it wasn't wrong. Maybe he did think it was the guy's back. Who knows? In this situation, same kind of thing. These cops made a bad call, and they probably should have been fired at the time, but who knows? But anyways, my point is that all the things that they portrayed in this series really made you like, man, it made me so uncomfortable. It didn't glorify this at all, in my opinion. And so I do give this show, it's worth watching if you're into this sort of thing. But if you want to feel some stuff like that, I would say watch it. But if you don't, if you're like, I'm good on this, I totally understand that too. But man, I tell you, it was something, y'all. The Dahmer series was something. You know, and it's like, again, you know, I see someone saying this is a part of history. People always find ways to cancel the truth. I mean, we just don't know what the truth is. That's the thing too. It sucks, you know, because even when you're watching a documentary about stuff, we know we get a sense that this is a narrative being pushed. Who made this documentary? Like, what facts did they put in and leave out? It's like Making a Murderer, man. Remember that big series, Making a Murderer? And like, we were like outraged as a community, just being like, I can't believe that guy's in prison. But then you come to find out later that they left out a lot of information, and they put forth the narrative that this guy was probably innocent. And, you know, and so my thing is like, give me all the facts and information. That's what a documentary should be. That at the end, we can make our own determination. But when it comes to entertainment series and when it comes to documentary, it's up to the creator. They're putting their narrative forward. And in this one, the producers of the Dahmer series for sure put their narrative forward. It was the mom's fault. You know, the cops were terrible. And, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer was just straight up crazy, you know, and he wasn't even targeting. Like, they made it seem like Jeffrey Dahmer was just crazy and he wasn't targeting black people because they were black. He wasn't living in that black neighborhood because it was a black neighborhood, that he was trying to get away from the cops. You know, they had their own narrative. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm saying is they pushed that narrative forward. So again, I say watch it. Let me know what you think about it. And, you know, we'll have a discussion in the chat. All right. Okay, there's Dahmer, y'all. Now let's get back into I just want to briefly talk about some other shows that I watch and I continue to watch. She-Hulk, y'all. I don't like it, y'all. I'm just now that I've seen all these episodes, I don't like it collectively as a series. I think it's too disjointed. The story doesn't flow. But I will say this. The last episode I just saw was really great. It was this sort of like group therapy episode. And it was a great standalone episode. Like, the people in it were funny. I thought it was well directed. It was well written, and the performances were great. And at the end of that episode, they sort of indicate that, hey, we're now getting to a real story of what's happening. But up to this point, that I feel like that Titania girl, that storyline, that's useless storyline. You know, that's not a good villain. You know, you're just trying to find out what is this about, what's happening, and I don't think they're doing a very good job of that. But it's surrounded by great special effects, and the lead actress is fantastic. She does a great job. So the last episode, like I said, this group therapy episode, I thought was really good. But overall, as a series, I'm just kind of on it, you know? I'm like, what is this about? Like, nothing's happening, man. I see somebody talk about Andor. I started watching that, and I'm going to talk about that the next time I do a solo. I'm going to watch more episodes, but so far, so good with that one. But She-Hulk, kind of like, on it, you know? Now let's get to House of Dragons, y'all. House of the Dragon, I think isn't that what it's called? Yeah, House of the Dragon. I always say House of Dragons, but that's not what it is. It's House of the Dragon. It's fun. It's heating up, man. You know, I feel like it is finally heating up. Okay, so they're doing a lot of time jumps. So I didn't like the time jump in the first 4 episodes where it went from, you know, the king got with his daughter's best friend, and then cut to they got 3 kids. Okay, I didn't necessarily like that time jump, because it was like sort of the same cast, right? And then like now cut to they made a significant time jump like 10 years later or something. And now the daughter is like, you know, she's a grown woman, and, you know, the queen is like, you know, she's now like feeling herself, you know what I mean? And now the story's, it's now heating. Now it feels like Game of Thrones now. It really feels like Game of Thrones. I don't think enough people have been murdered unceremoniously. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's not enough like, you know, unnecessary deaths in it. Weird thing to talk about after talking about the Dahmer series, but this is all the make-believe portion. You know what I mean? Like, even spoiler, you know, what's her name? The names are too close, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the king's name is, you know, I don't like the names, dude. So you got so Miley Alcook, Princess Reina, whatever her name is, right? What is her name? Princess, you know, Princess, is that how you say it? Princess Renaris or whatever her name is. All those Game of Thronesy names. You know what I mean? Like, then you got like Olivia Cook playing Queen Alicent. Like, so Olivia Cook now, she's the adult version of the queen. She's great. You know, she's turned into an evil bitch. I like her. And then, all right, yeah, so there was then Emma Darcy. Yeah, she's playing Princess Renaria, whatever her name is, Targaryen. And then, like, so now, remember, she had the little thing with her uncle. So now her and the uncle in cahoots. Like, some crazy stuff goes on there. But you know, the Targaryens are all about incest. So they got some pure blood stuff going on there. But here's the thing, though. I don't want to spoil it for you, but you think they make a Game of Thrones decision, and then it turns out they sort of didn't. And so I didn't know how I felt about that. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about from the last episode. But I do like that the intrigue is filling in, and it's like, who's the evil people here? You know? It's like, you know, you got the black blonde family. So the black blonde family, the son who's gay is with the princess. They was trying to have kids. Obviously, it didn't work out. So she was having sex with, like, you know, one of the knights, whatever. She had 3 kids, 2 or 3 kids with him, and they clearly look like him. That's the thing that's weird about it to me. It's like, I would be on the page of everybody being like, everybody knows that's not our kid, this dude's kids. The dude's black with blonde hair, and none of the kids are black with blonde hair. It's kind of like, did you really think he was going to get away with this? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the part of it that's how brazen she is. So, you know that the Targaryens are evil because we know Game of Thrones. So it's just trying to figure out, like, how evil are they? Like this is their checkered past and why they. So now I'm interested again. I'm sort of interested, even though I know where it's going to go later down the line because we've seen Game of Thrones. It's interesting to see, like, well, damn, what happened to the dragons? You know, and it was like, in the kids are evil. Like, it's like everybody in this show is terrible. You know, I don't know who the good guy is in this show, and I like that because I don't want to root for none of them. So that means anybody could die at any time. So, I do like it now. I mean, I was iffy on it if you remember some of my last reviews, but now that, like, it's a more like the people that were sort of younger are now adults and they're dealing with who's going to sit on the Iron Throne, which is like a thing that's going to be a common thing that goes on in this, but that's what goes on with this kind of stuff. Who's going to sit on the Iron Throne? So I do like it. I'm enjoying it, and I will continue to talk about it. And so we will see where it goes from there. All right, y'all. I want to shout out to everybody that, you know, if you send me, all the people that have been sending me beats for, you know, the end rap and you know, the rap recap. You know, you can still send beats. You can email me at eric@ericgriffin.com, and my man Fishy, who sends beats like the day of, he sent me this one. But I want to thank everybody for watching Riffin with Griffin. All right, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit me up on Twitch. And remember, Patreon, I'm doing some Rachel stuff there. All right, so, yeah, everybody. One of these fishing beats. Ooh. It's the rap recap. While we look back on everything. It's the rap recap. Oh, Antonio Brown. Everybody think he a clown. The big ass Brown in the pool, almost drowned. She-Hulk is whack. Erik Griffin back. Check out House Attacking. Oh, it's not slacking. All right. That's all we got from that fishy beat on the rap recap. But you know what, guys? I appreciate you guys being here. You can always send me something, and I'll be on Twitch shortly. But thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin, and I will see you next week. Let's hear that fishy beat again, right? Where is it? Here it is. Let's get into it.